Malawi, a small country in South Africa, has the fourth highest percentage of people living in extreme poverty in the world. In Malawi, more than 2/3 of the population lives in extreme poverty. As the poorest country in the world, more than half of the country's population lives below the poverty line, with an income of less than $1 per day. Most Malawians work in the agricultural sector, which accounts for about 30% of GDP. Many engage in subsistence farming, growing crops such as corn and tobacco. In addition, the informal sector is also significant, with many people involved in petty trade and crafts. However, unemployment and underemployment rates remain high. Almost all of them depend on small-scale farming for their livelihoods. Malawi's economy is heavily dependent on tobacco, which accounts for 69.5% of Malawi's total exports. For Malawians, agricultural development and diversification is an urgent priority to protect and improve their livelihoods and the future of their children. With so many families in Malawi relying on agriculture for their livelihoods, Opportunity equips farmers with the tools and knowledge they need to diversify their crops, increase their crop yields, and better support their families. Farmers in Malawi face many challenges, including improving their agricultural inputs and practices, accessing markets, and increasing their incomes. A fact that is increasingly problematic for Malawian families given the decline in global demand for tobacco products. Additionally, Malawi has one of the youngest populations in the world, with 43% of the population under 15 years of age. Malawi's economy is dominated by the agricultural sector, which accounts for the majority of GDP and employment. Primary foods such as corn are key commodities, but dependence on agriculture also makes the economy vulnerable to extreme weather. Other growing sectors include services and trade, but inadequate infrastructure hampers growth. Malawi faces challenges such as poverty, unemployment, and health problems. Efforts to diversify the economy and attract foreign investment continue, but progress is often hampered by structural and policy factors. More than half of Malawi's population, 50.7%, is poor, almost no different from a decade ago. High population growth, low average GDP per capita growth rate, 1.5%, and dependence on low productivity, rain-reliant smallholder agriculture are the main drivers of stagnant poverty levels. Climate shocks are pushing many people into poverty. For every 3 Malawians who escaped poverty between 2010 and 2019, 4 fell back into poverty due to the impact of weather shocks. Additionally, women face disproportionate obstacles in accessing inputs and resources. Women's agricultural productivity is lower than men's, mainly due to differences in access to inputs, land, and finance. The condition of the poorest country in the world is getting worse due to flash floods, which have caused 170 deaths, and 200,000 of its citizens are now homeless. This brought Malawi's economy to its lowest point last January.